Hello everybody and welcome. We are checking out a brand new plane that just dropped from FlightSim Studios. It is the Boeing 727-200 freighter. It's a very complex plane, very old plane too. It came out in like I want to say the 70s, but I think it was transitioned to a freighter in the 80s. But yeah, this plane, it is definitely got some age behind it. So this plane, though, we're going to take a look around it. It comes with a lot of different liveries. You have Air Class Leon's areas. I don't know how you pronounce that. Zero G, FedEx, Astral Aviation, Amerijet, DHL, FedEx, and many more. It's like there's so many liveries, and they all look really good. The Zero G one, I'm kind of disappointed with that livery. Exterior wise, looks fine, but it's a Zero G plane, so you should be able to. I was hoping the interior would be modeled like the actual Zero G plane, so you actually have the matted interior so people can float around and so on. I mean, it's just aesthetics. It's not like you can experience anything anyways, but when I saw inside it, it's just cargo and not the actual interior of the Zero G. I was kind of disappointed, but it is what it is. Maybe down the road there'll be an update to it, and they'll fix that or add the interior of that aircraft. It'd be really cool because that airline, the Zero G company, they actually used this plane still. They use the 727 for that presently. So you can see on the exterior, really well modeled, all custom animations as well. So you have the door, you have your rear door, which I will show you the aft stairs that pop down. You have the cargo hatch that opens. You have two other cargo hatches at the bottom of the belly that open up on the other side. Yeah, it's just all around. You have your engine covers on as well right now, like I have. They just put a lot into this plane. I believe this also sells right now for $42. 42 US dollars, I believe, is what it sells for. And this plane, though, if you're used to flying your like the 737 and the 777 from PMDG, this plane will rock your world in the aspect that you have to fly it. You can't just click your LNAV and VNAV and just sit back and relax and let the computer do its job. You actually have to fly this thing yourself. There's no question about it. The complexity of this plane is very intense. We're going to go ahead and go inside the cockpit and show you everything. Everything is analog in here, and here we are. Yep, everything is analog. It's definitely a complex plane, very different, but there are things that can help you in getting around it, and so you can get in the air as fast as possible. So this plane is pardon me, this plane is operated by 3 crew members. You have your pilot, your co-pilot, and you have your crew manager that sits in the back and manages this panel. This panel here operates the battery and the APU and stuff like that. So, but we have ways we can get around that, so we don't have to. So eventually I am going to go learn what all the functionality of the buttons are, but there is a way we can get around it, so you can, like I said, get into the air fast as you can, and so you don't have to sit there and twiddle your thumbs around and be like, what button does what? Or read the manual, because the manual is quite big. So we're going to grab the clipboard real fast. This is everything that can open. So you have your we already have the entry door open with the ladder. The ladder I called it with GSX Pro. You have your upper cargo bay at the door that can open, which we're opening right now. It's quite loud. Now the nice thing is, I really like about this, we're going to pop out of our seat here and walk back here. We're going to raise, we're going to increase our height right here. You can close your door right here as well. And when you close your door, the ambient sound outside gets quieter. I really do like that. It's the little things that really make the sim look really good. Oh, I didn't notice this back here. They actually have the FSS FlightSim Studios shirts back here. That's kind of nifty. That's kind of nifty. All right, so the cargo bay door is open. We're gonna come walk. Oh, we can't walk out because we're in cockpit mode. But you can come back here and mess with these. So you can actually close the cargo bay door from right here. Also, you can open up your bay door or your little bay right here so you can look inside the cargo bay. Really cool. Really like it. They really thought of a lot of different things you can do with this plane. We're going to go ahead and close this door up. We're going to also close the door, turn off the floodlight. You can also turn off the master power to the cargo bay door, which is really nifty. And when the door latches, the cargo bay door latches, it's pretty loud. And I don't know if that's, I mean, I'm sure that's probably what they tried replicating what it really sounds in real life. Really, really cool stuff. Really slow. Oh, it shuts really slow. Should hear that metallic click. Then we can shut off the master power. Come on. There it is. All right. Master power is off. We can come back in here. You have all your breakers here. None of them are clickable, that I can tell. You can have an extra person back here as well. This is where the crew manager would sit and manage the aircraft. APU, I believe, is on this side right here. The battery switch is also right here. Yep, battery. But I'm not gonna click any of that because I'm gonna show you guys how to circumvent all of that, so you don't really have to mess with that anymore. So that's closed. Okay, this was still showing as open or as being closed. Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and put on the ground power. So you can also put your state of your panels. You can do cold, dark, like we are right now. You can put it on automatically. You get in the sim, it open G or on the G. Put the GPU on, or you can go straight to on with the APU. You can also click view from left seat or right seat. So if you wanted to sit on the right seat, you can, and there you go. I prefer left side, so we're gonna stick with the left side. You can do local time as UTC or local. We're just going to keep it default. There is an auto throttle switch you can show. It's not authentic to the plane, so that's why I keep it off. You also have 4 different navigation systems. 2 of them are not in the system, I believe, as yet. You have the GNS 530, which is this unit right here. Pardon me, allergies are killing me right now this time of year. And then you have the INS, which is more authentic to what the plane is presently. Now, the INS is complicated, so I can go over it. I'll eventually go over it. I don't know if I'll go over to a live stream or just make another video on it or add it into this video. We'll see. But and then you can change from imperial to metric. Now, another thing you can do is pre-flights. So you can load your plane up on this sheet. Also up here, you will input this is where you would put your sim brief data, and then you can like install your sim brief data. There we go, like we just did there. So yeah, you can put the weight. You can either start loading sequence. It would take over 10 minutes for it to go through, or you can just click and instantly done. Same goes with the fuel. Put the fuel in. It will take 9.5, just about in 10 minutes To load the fuel up, you can push play and it'll be done, or you can just fast forward and it's finished. Play, fast forward, you're finished. Your weights, this is all your weights, showing you everything that's in the plane. And then you have your conditions. You can set flat. This will tell you performance on takeoff and what you need. It's everything there is everything is there that you need. Flight, this is what you would use to calculate your descent into your destination, since you don't have a computer that does it for you. So this is what you would use right here, and then you can start managing your descent. And it's basically, think of this as your FMS that would help you on your descent. It's a little more rudimentary though. Landing, this is your landing profile. And then you have your charts, which I've still yet to get my charts to work properly. But I mean, that's another day. Up here, you have also your checklist clipboard on the top of the dash. This is the entire checklist of the aircraft. Top of the clipboard makes it go away. But yeah, that's as you can see, everything is analog. And I mean, the plane's old. It came out in the I want to say it was like the plane first came out in the 70s. Maybe it was the 60s, but I'm leaning towards more 70s. But we also get one digital device, and that's a cell phone in this little cubby hole. And this is what helps you get through your checklists, your startup procedures, without you actually having to fumble through all your buttons and stuff, even when coming back here to this panel. So this is your crew manager. So you just click pre-flight checks. He will take over and start flipping switches, going through the pre-checks. So he will start going through there. You can actually go through and watch what he does. He's going through the alarms. It's really cool. Also with this cell phone, down here is, I know when I first got into the sim, this is all showing is off. Highly recommend turning everything on. It makes your life so much easier. APU just turned on. We're going to go uncage the artificial horizon. There we go. APU is spooling up. We also have an ability to open windows. So the nice thing about the windows, we're going to close them for right now until we turn on the engines, is that when you have everything closed up, it actually does make things quieter in the cabin. You can't hear as much, which is also pretty, I like that. It's like the little things. The little things really do help. So we're going to come outside here. So we're going to, the APU exhaust is not back here where normally it is with like your 777s, 737s, 787s, or 747s. It is actually in the right wing. Right here is the outlet for the exhaust. It's located right there. We're going to take our covers off also. Bring up the clipboard again. Still in the process. This will turn green once the check is done. Then you can move on to the next. Right now, we're going to remove the engine covers. We're going to close the entry door. And then we're also going to get rid of these stairs. All right. Love the sounds. They did a really good job with this thing. Just waiting for this to go green. All the checks are done. Doing the fire checks. Stairs are going away. Doing light tests. All right. 3 flights done. So also, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna show you guys inside the cargo. They're inside the cargo bay. You'll see that there are cargo, obviously. I can go up, but you have horses in the back. That is loud. Didn't realize how loud that was going to be. But yeah, you can see there's horses. I really feel bad for the horses since they're inside and hearing all of that. But right now we're going to go back in the cockpit because that's unbearably loud in my ears. Also, we're going to show you the aft stairs. Here's the rear stairs, or the aft stairs. They'll come down. And there they are. Let's go ahead and close those back up. All right, now we're going to do before start checks. While we're doing before start checks, we're going to also do a pushback. Doing all the checks. This plane is great though. It's a bit of a learning curve though, since like I said, you have this INS, which I need to align. So the weird part about this, and I'll put up on the left side of the screen, you can't just hit a line and it just be done. You have to put the coordinates of where your gate is. Now, the nice thing is, and like I said, I'll put it at the top left, is that the Navigraph actually has your coordinates for where your gate is. Like, so we're in the vicinity of Whiskey 14 through Whiskey 15 Alpha. So I would come down here, click this to align, come over here down to this dial, flip it up to position, and then I would input that north 2547.5. So for north, you have to hit this one, north 25475. Insert. And now we're going to hit west 080. So you have to hit the west first. West 080176. Insert. Now you have to wait for this to be ready, nav ready. This should turn green. It takes it a little bit of time. Just waiting for it to turn green. I hope I picked the right one. So we want our nose to go right. It wants me to release parking brake, but I'm waiting for this thing to try to align. There it is. It is aligned now. So we can now go over into nav. And then if you wanted to put your waypoints in, you can now. We're going to go ahead and disengage our brakes. Commencing push. So this is our actual position now. Now this is waypoint 0. That is your physical location where you're at all times. So you will never mess with 0 again. You go over to 1. This is where you start putting in your waypoints. I'm going to put on the screen. Like I'm going. I have a flight plan from Miami to San Juan, Puerto Rico. I'm going to put. You can only put a total of 9 waypoints in at one time. And then after you, and so obviously, like this flight's going to have more than 9. You want to then once you get down to like say 6, waypoint 6, then you can overlap your next waypoints. You would put the waypoints in the exact same way as you would have put in your coordinates of where your GPS location actually is. So yeah, it's, if you want me to make another video going through it deeper, I can, but it's very, it's very complicated. It takes a little bit more time. You have, like I said, you have to fly it. You have to really be on top of this plane. So we're going to go ahead and go into engine start, flip up cover 1, flip it down to guard or ground to guard. You got to come back down here. This right here, you flip to idle, but you got to wait until a certain level. I believe we're going to wait till about 20 on the RPMs right there. And then we're going to go to idle. And you hear the engine kick up. Like I said, even with the windows open, you can hear that engine now. We're going to open both sides up. All engine 1 is looking good. Setting parking brake. Already put back to off. Close that guard. Go to engine 2. Go to ground. Wait for things to spool up. RPMs are climbing. Oil light went off. Go to idle. Hear that next engine. All right, go ahead and say that we have a good engine start. Went to off. Do the same thing. And engine start. We can close up the windows now. And we are good to go. Engines are spooling up. We're looking good. Got that nice little haze back there from the heat blur. Tow truck is disconnected. Give our signal. All right, so let's go ahead and do after start checks. Oh, there you are. Have a good trip. Yep. We're not actually going to go on a trip. We're just wanting to showcase this, showing what the ability of this plane is. So yeah, the crew chief, the crew manager, he'll go through all this stuff for you. You really don't have to worry about too much about the systems, just the engine, the starting the engines, maybe the lights. It's about all you need to do. You also need to put in your waypoints. I really hate this allergies. I really am really sorry about my voice and my hacking or my clearing my throat constantly. I really do apologize. All right, now we're gonna get ready for our taxi checks. So we're gonna go ahead and put our flaps to 15, or yeah, 15, I believe they are. We're pulling that halfway. Disengage brakes, and then we start our roll. So if you haven't already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and that like button. Really helps out the channel. Really appreciate everyone for tuning in. Helps me out a lot. I know I don't normally do videos on planes like these, but FlightSim Studios was nice enough to give me a copy of the plane, and I very, very much appreciate it. And I appreciate their hard work on providing such a good plane. But yeah, this plane is really fun to fly. Really does provide a really big challenge. Especially since everything's analog, it does provide a huge challenge. We're gonna go ahead and cross this runway here. Now GSX works with this aircraft, so you can use the you can load up see them actually load up the cargo, and use the cargo lifts and everything like that. All right, so we're gonna taxi to this runway over here. It's not the actual runway we need to take off on, but like I said, we're not actually doing a full flight plan today. Just running through on the what you need to do with the plane to get her going. Now, like I said before, if you want me to do another video on the putting in the flight plan or the waypoints, let me know in the comment section below. And let me know if you have the plane, what you think. Let me know what you think of the plane. If you love it, I know right now it looks like it's getting pretty good reviews on Contrail. All right, here we are. All right, we're gonna go ahead and line up here for our takeoff. Now, this plane does need a little bit of runway to be able to lift. Let's go ahead and do our before takeoff checklist. All right, before takeoff checklist is done. All right, flaps are down. They are showing us down. You have your tail skid. Now this plane you have a chance of doing a wing strike on takeoff with this plane. So be very wary. Also, you have a chance of doing a tail strike. That's the tail skid. But let's go ahead and take off. So I'm going to pushing the yoke forward so I can put pressure on the front of the plane and try to maintain the center line. knots. 80 knots. I'm pulling back on the yoke, back to neutral, slowly. Let her take off on her own and pull back just slightly on the yoke. She needs all kinds of runway. Gear up. Yeah, this plane needs all kinds of runway to take off. We are up. We're gonna do after takeoff checklist. I don't know if that's too soon, but that's what we're gonna do. As you can see, your crew manager will actually, or your co-pilot and crew manager, they will put this from lifting or gear up to gear off for you. We are off the ground now. Go ahead and lift the flaps up. We're still flying it by hand right now. I'm still learning on how to do the autopilot, on how it and how it operates. So it's a very complex system on how to operate it. There's Miami. They're still doing the after takeoff checklist. Other than that, it's not a bad plane. Very easy to get ready to take off. I mean, you see, it takes about 30 minutes from less than 30 minutes if you take out some of the stuff out of my talking and to get in the air. Maintaining a good pitch for altitude. So we continue our climb. There are a few bugs being reported. I think one was holding the pitch with so autopilot has to do with this stuff down here. So we're going to engage. I don't know what it's going to do since I have nothing really inputted. This is your altimeter where like where you put altitude, where you want to go. Like I said, still learning this all. Still doing that after takeoff checklist. Flaps all the way up. Pulling up our slats. Really good plane. Oh, takeoff checklists are done. You can click up here to get rid of that screen now. But yeah, that's just a run through with on the Boeing 727 from FlightSim Studios. Like I said, it is a very complex plane. It's going to take a little bit of time to learn this plane, get a full understanding on how it works. But I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. If you want me to do another one on the doing the waypoints and setting up like autopilot once I figure it out, let me know in the comment section below if you're interested. I hope everyone has a great rest of the day. Later.